All right, another interesting night. My dog and I sitting right down in here. This is that parking lot that runs alongside all this forested area. And as we sat there last night, you know, we heard more of the what sounded like this. This almost sounded like on all fours and more than one, several almost clicking, nails clicking on the concrete. We were down here and I heard it back here. And you always question yourself, but then your dog, I have my dog there and my dog's looking at it. So, I heard it, for just a few seconds and then it stopped. And then we sat there and then, a couple of these old boys break branches right in here, and start moving forward and let themselves be known. And we were sitting right in here. Now my dog, I had him on a short leash, and all of a sudden she starts looking this direction, just intently at the air, just nose forward, kind of pulling a little bit at the leash, but not so much. But nose forward, looking at something directly right over here, and then she just sits down. And she literally lifts her nose up, almost like she's looking at something up at like a basketball goal, straight up. I've never seen her do that. So, I mean, it looked like there was something there that was very tall that she was just trying to look up at the face of. And then she kept sniffing, sniffing up at the air. It was a really strange thing to watch, and I was just watching it, more or less just being entertained, because I was like, what the heck, we hear this stuff over here, that clicking, click, 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 and then she's looking at nothing but something, and then looking straight up, and she did that for quite a while, and then after a while, she just kind of sat down, and then I looked at her face and she was drooling, which was real strange. She never drools. She was just drooling profusely out of her mouth. Like, what the heck what's wrong with you? And anyway, and then, I feel her body and she's shaking. So whatever it is that's there, it's just, I don't know, it had her real scared. So, I kind of wiped the drool off her face and I said, you know what, it's probably about time to get her out of here, because she's acting real weird and she's obviously scared to death. Because and she's never scared like that. She's always around the bigs. But I don't know. Maybe one walked up to her and he was in that mode, and I can't see it. And I know dogs can see them, and I know why. Okay, I've done some research, but again, I don't want to say why, because. And I'm sure the government knows how and why, because that's probably what they use when they go into these areas to be able to see them. Okay? But I'm not going to reveal why and how, in this video or in public or anything else. But dogs can see them for a reason. And anyway, so, had this real weird event. And then today, getting away from this area, I went to my old area, where I've had them call out to me, Chickahaw, after I'd played the flute. A really cool area. This was where I've had a lot of my activity, and went over there today just to smoke a cigar and relax. It's so pretty up there. And while I was sitting there, I was just sitting there kind of, I used that time to sit down and pray, meditate, whatever. And while I was doing that, one of them it sounded like he threw a log or something, very large, through the woods, to basically let me know they were there. And then, across the road from where I was at on this little country road, there's real thick stuff in there. They started breaking branches and doing all the stuff, and then some distant dogs were barking. And anyway, so they were kind of, I think they were happy to see me again. I haven't been back there in a while. And anyway, that was cool. Some people would take that as a point of aggression when they do stuff like that, but nah, it's just them trying to get your attention, letting you know where they're there. And this is the area where I had seen the one, not one, two that were translucent, and they're always doing the you know invisibility, I guess, their cloaking thing where you can't see them. And even there, she was acting a little weird and looking at things that seemed to be close, not quite as close as last night, but that just there was nothing there, but looking intently at something. Anyway, very, very interesting night though last night. I'm going to try to go back there tomorrow night, maybe tonight. See, I went there from about 11 p.m. to 1 a.m. That's like 1 to 2 a.m. That's a magical time to go. That's why I call myself midnight walker. That's the best, some of the best times to get out there. I mean, dusk is always good too. I can't say that there's any perfect time, but for whatever reason, that 11 to 1, it's quiet. There's not a lot of, activity anywhere, and things are quiet, and it's their time. So, but yeah, that was pretty interesting. I really, really felt like when I heard that stuff there, that this is a new thing to me. I know they do that, but I've never heard their nails. It sounded like they were running on all fours with nails clicking on the ground. And it sounded like maybe three of them, 2 to 3 of them. So, strange night. Thought I'd share. Thanks a lot, and you guys have a good weekend.